you're not alone. Help me not to fall on my knees. Maybe you're not alone. Just send your words and your love on the breeze. I try to forget, I try to deny, I've tried to move on, but it's so hard not to cry. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along. So I try to forget, and I try to deny, and I try to move on, but it's so hard not to see you. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that everything's all along, and I try to forget, and I try to deny, and I try to move on, but it's so hard not to see you. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along, and maybe you're not alone.
Call the Irish Psychic Radio Show now. Lines are open. The number to call is 01 4 43 43 57, and international just add +353. Leave your name, question and location after the tone, and Irish Psychic could be reading for you. Please note, this is not a premium rate number. Call now.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. We do have someone on the line. Hello, who's there, please?
Hi, Gary. This is Sue from Kilkenny. Just wondering how will my business go this year or for the next couple of years. Thanks, Gary. Bye.
Okay, hopefully you heard that. It is Sue, and she's in Kilkenny, and you're just wondering how your business is going to go. No problem at all, Sue, and thank you very much for getting in touch with the show. And a big shout out there to all the people who are chatting away on Facebook at the moment, and you're all listening into the show as well. I really do appreciate it. And again, thank you very much for joining me as well. So I'm just shuffling the cards now, Sue. Okay, so they just told me to stop, Sue, and you're just asking there with regarding where business is concerned. Okay, I'm going to just use the fortune cards as well. And again, the fortune cards are a very good set of cards, especially for looking down the line. Okay, so they just told me to stop. Okay, what they're actually indicating here, Sue, is just be careful of where you're kind of connecting. And I mean that in the nicest respect. And what I mean by that is sometimes when you're trying to start something new and you meet certain people and you know, discuss certain things with friends, etc., you'll often find that when you're saying certain things to people, they'll say, oh, that's not a good idea, or I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't do this. Always kind of have your own, I suppose, backbone, that you know exactly, you know, where it is that you see your business and what it is that you want, you know, the business, you know, the kind of projection plan, so to speak. It's very important that you look at that, because again, it's only when, say, the success happens, will then your friends go, oh, that was a brilliant idea, you know, I didn't even think of that myself. But sometimes when you actually speak openly and tell people what it is that you're, you know, doing, etc., that's when the kind of negativity comes forward. So again, the kind of key message there from Spirit is kind of to obviously ignore the negativity, take it with a pinch of salt, but obviously, you know, just tell them, you know, where to go if they do kind of go above the line, so to speak. I have the Fox card in the reverse position, and that's from the Fortune cards. I also have the 3 mice in the upright position, and I also have the Sun card, and that's in the reverse position. The Sun card is quite an interesting card, because it's like if they're kind of telling me here, it's like if you've always felt that you couldn't do it, or you were always kind of knocked back, so to speak. Now is the time to kind of focus on, you know, where it is that, like I've mentioned, that you see your business going, because I do see things working out and things being positive for you. Because from the Fortune cards, I have the 9 of coins, that's in the upright position. I have the 5 of coins in the upright position, and that is the luck and happiness card. And especially with regarding the 9 of coins, that is the money card, so to speak. It doesn't mean that you're going to win the lotto, or your business is, you know, in the first year going to be amazing or anything like that, but it means that you're going to be very much a comfortable state. So again, don't be kind of worrying there at all. With regarding the 10 of scepters, that also came up, and that's in the upright position. They're looking at kind of ways to improve it, and with regarding any business, there's loads of different ways of improving it, but it's down to you where you see the business going. Obviously, when you're spending certain things on Facebook, if you're taking out, marketing things, etc., make sure that you set that as a limit, because sometimes Facebook can be good for business, sometimes Facebook can be bad. So don't rely so much on kind of the advertising side of things with regarding Facebook. They're also indicating here with regarding the 4 of Swords, that's in the upright position, and also the Hanged Man. The 4 of Swords always represents a past event. If something didn't work in the past, it doesn't mean that this is going to be a failure. Again, it's a matter of learning from the past and looking forward to the future. And the way they're giving me the message, Sue, and I know this sounds rude to say it on air, but they're kind of saying now, just get up off your what and actually get on with it, because you are the person who has the belief, and you are the person that will be able to make this a success as well. So I hope that makes sense, and thank you very much as well, Sue, for getting in touch with the show tonight. Okay, so I'm going to see who's next. And again, there's been loads of questions coming into the show, so thank you very much as well to all the people. And a lot of people were just wondering there what the last song was, and that was Shane MacDonald and Not All Gone. So if you go to YouTube and type in Shane MacDonald and then Not All Gone, you'll be able to catch him there. And do mention as well, if you do contact him again, just tell him that you heard him on the Irish Psychic Show, because all the music on the Irish Psychic Show is all from artists that either have sent in their music to me to play, or else they're within the platform that I use to broadcast this show. That's why you will not hear Beyonce, even though I love Beyonce and all the latest artists. You will not hear them on the show, because again, they are copyrighted. So that's why this is only an online show, so I have to kind of adhere to those kind of broadcasting rules. Okay, so the next person I'd like to read for, and thank you very much as well for all the questions that have been coming into the show, and a big shout out there to Nicola Doyle as well, Suzanne Randall, and also Sinead Abbott as well. Thank you very much as well for listening into the show. Okay, so the next person I would like to read for is Audrey Connolly, and Audrey has just asked the question, what does 2015 hold for me? No problem at all. And again, with regarding any question like that, that is a 12-month reading or a 12-month spread, and that usually would be a 30-minute reading, so I'm not going to be able to do that live on air, but I will just focus on the energy around you at the moment, Audrey, and see what comes up there. So I'm just shuffling the cards, and a card flew out there, so that's obviously for you. And again, when they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards and I'll lay the cards for your reading. Okay, so they just told me to stop. We'll just see what card flew out. Okay, so it's quite interesting. The card that flew out there, Audrey, is I have the Ace of Cups, and it's after coming up in the reversed position. I also have the 9 of Cups, that's in the reversed position. I also have the Ace of Coins, that's in the reversed position. I also have the Temperance card in the upright position, and I also have the Hierophant card here, and that's in the upright position, and that's the legal card, or kind of the legal representation card, and it's in the upright position. They're saying here, whatever it is that's going on around you at the moment, Audrey, don't let it slip or don't let it go. Again, the sooner you get whatever it is, and I'm not going to mention too much on here, but the sooner you get it sorted, the sooner things are going to be better. Because again, because you have the Path card, which is otherwise known as the Ace of Coins in the reverse position, it's like if things have been quite difficult. It's like if something has just happened and it's kind of, I suppose, hit you for 6, which is a thing here in Ireland, and it's just kind of knocked you back, so to speak. Again, because it's in the reverse position, it doesn't necessarily mean that things aren't going to improve. It just means that it's going to take a little bit longer than you first anticipated. They keep going back as well, Audrey, to where the love heart is concerned, and that's why the Ace of Cups comes into play. And again, with regarding the 9 of Cups, not every relationship is perfect. Again, there's going to be some rocky times within any relationship, and they're indicating here the sooner you kind of get things sorted, and the sooner you kind of fix the problem, and that's why I always go back to communication is the key to obviously a successful relationship. Make sure that you are connecting with regarding your partner, or if there is kind of some issue there that's been kind of affecting you, again, it's a matter of kind of dealing with it as well. Also, Audrey, just before I let you go, if I do pick up anything while I'm reading for a person, I will pass it on. I'm not qualified to give health advice or anything like that, but if you are suffering from anything, you would definitely need to go and see your own GP or your doctor. And what I'm actually picking up is I'm just actually picking up a slight pain just in my left hand side, just where my chest is. So if you are, kind of suffering from chest pain or something like that, and you've been kind of coughing and it's been kind of bothering you, and you've been kind of saying to yourself, oh, I must get that checked, now's the time to get it. That's why usually they pass on a message like that. So I hope that makes sense, Audrey, and thank you very much as well for getting in contact with the show. We're down to the last 5 minutes, so it's only going to be one final reading, I'm afraid, but don't forget the next show is on Friday. at the same time, 11 p.m. And all the people who are wondering where the Facebook event is or how do I get in contact with the show, most people leave it via the page, which is irishpsychic.net, clicking on the radio show tab there, where a lot of people are listening in at the moment. You can post your question there, but I do take the majority of questions via Facebook. And to connect with regarding Facebook, all you have to do is simply search for the Irish Psychic Show. So this goes for all the new people who have just joined me tonight and all the people who have posted in the event. You may not yet be a member of the Irish Psychic Radio Show. So simply go to the top search bar on Facebook and type in the Irish Psychic Radio Show. So that's the Irish Psychic Radio Show. Join that group, and once you've joined that group, you will always be invited to the free events which take place Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11 p.m. And you can also invite your friends and your family as well to the show as well, because it's always good to have new members connect with regarding the show as well. Okay, so the final person of the night that I would like to read for, and thank you very much as well to Noreen Horan. Love the music tonight, Gary. Well, you're very welcome, Noreen, and thank you very much for that. The last person I'd like to read for, they didn't actually mention their name, but the just after commenting on my website, and it's from Anonymous, but hopefully you're listening in and you know who you are. And the question that you've asked is, would I be good at working in a pub? So no problem at all. So I'm just going to use the tarot, and I'm just shuffling the cards down. Again, when they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards and I'll lay out the cards for your reading. So I'm just shuffling the cards now. Okay, and that was quite quick. They just told me to stop, and I'm just laying out the cards now. And again, don't forget, if you did not get a reading on tonight's show, don't panic. The next show, like I've mentioned, is on Friday at 11 p.m. and there you may be able to get a question. So I'm just laying out the cards now. You're just asking the question, would I be good at working in a pub? Okay, well, first of all, I see no reason why you shouldn't be good at working in a pub, but what I do have around you, and this is for the anonymous person who commented, I have the 5 of Swords, that's in the it's in the upright position. I also have the 7 of Coins, that's in the reverse position. I also have the 6 of Wands in the reverse position, and I also have the 8 of Scepters, and that's in the reverse position. The 8 of Scepters kind of indicates the contract length, and I don't feel that it's going to be as long as you kind of had hoped. And again, I'm not too sure if they're taking on many people or how long the contract is for, but I'm kind of picking up that it's not going to be, for that long, so I suppose obviously have something else in the pipeline as well. I also have the 9 of Wands, that's in the upright position, and that's the connection card or the friendship card. It's definitely going to be an improvement where the friendship and the social life is going to be concerned, and again, that's obviously where a pub is the the best crack, as they say here in Ireland. But I do feel that for yourself as well, it's a matter of creating that kind of balance as well, because again, you want to have time to yourself as well, and as you know, pubs are very, very busy and you may be called in quite a lot. So obviously if you do take the position or take the job, you need to make sure that you have that kind of space for yourself as well and free time. Finally, the last card that come up is you have the Balance card, and you also have the World card, and it's in the reverse position. The World card kind of is a major card, and again, when I mention major, it just means that there's a higher significance. Because it's in the reverse position, it's like if you're automatically kind of, I suppose, dissing the job is the best description I can give you, and it's like if you just don't really want the job. So again, obviously you have to do something that you will be happy in, but if you can put up with it, if you can go into the pub and look at it as an experience, again, I don't see any reason why it's going to be negative. I do feel that it'll kind of open you up as well in terms of a broader connection to people, and sometimes if you're shy as well, it's kind of a good place to start, because you'll obviously have to speak with people and customer relations as well. So I do hope for that person who commented anonymously, I do hope that has answered your question, and thank you very much as well for posting your question there on my page. Well, I'm afraid that is it for another edition of the Irish Psychic Show. Can I thank all the people on Facebook who have joined in tonight? I really do appreciate your support, so thank you very much to everyone who's joined me, to all the people, Muggy Berry, Breedan MacDonald, Noreen Horan, Jen Williams, Audrey Connolly as well, and for all the questions as well that have been sent into the show. Lisa M. Moore, thank you very much. Diane, Ryan, Carey as well. I'll try and get as many names as possible before we're out of time. I could be here all night actually, and Rachel Wallace as well. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so until Friday at 11 p.m, don't forget to join that group now, the Irish Psychic Radio Show group on Facebook, where you'll be invited to Friday's event, and there you can invite your friends and your family, and obviously yourself as well. You can post your question for Friday's show. Once again, thank you so much. Take care. For myself, Irish Psychic, good night.
Are you in need of some love advice?